Hello, welcome to this video of Tomb Raider 2 NLNMAS secret tutorial. Today's gonna about diving area. It should be a pretty easy levels, so let's go. It's a bit long. But yeah, so you finish offshore rig. So here you have two choices. You can go the safe way, which is going to the ladder, even though I don't believe it's safer. So you go to the ladder, you climbing it and push the button. Or what you can simply do is you can just jump over here. Can just jump on this block and the current won't hit you, so you can pull the lever. And there is a certain pattern you need to do to go outside the water, because if you just climb like this, if you just swim like this, you will get attracted by the fan. But there is a simple way of doing it. So if you want to be fast, you can just do what I'm about to show you. If you want to play safe, you can just climb the ladder. It's pretty easy. It's just slower by, I don't know, 10 seconds or something. So you need to roughly be facing this direction like this, and then you're good to go. And once you're in this style, it's good. You can just climb up. So I will just explain quickly. You will see with a bit of practice that it's actually super easy, and just swim the right direction. So pull the lever. So you need to swim to the right here, and when you're in this direction, you come back diagonally like this, and it will be good every time. So just a bit of practice, you will see, you will get used to. But if you don't want to do that, which is understandable, you can just go to the ladder here, up, and climb it, no problem. And then you're all the time in the world. So that's pretty much it for this part. After pushing the button here, there is a grenade pickup on the right there after the fan, but it's really far away. So if you really need grenades or you want a lot of pickups and etc., take them, but this is long. This is really long, so don't recommend that. Anyway, when you arrive here, you climb, and here you have two choices. Actually more than two. What's happening is that if you go here, so you trigger the two guys here, but you don't trigger anything else. And I don't know if people knows about that or not, but you trigger the guys if you draw your guns there. If you go there, up, when you draw your guns. So you trigger those three guys when you draw your guns in the blue area. I think it's in the blue area. So for example, if you draw your guns here, yeah, they should come out. So once you draw your guns, they trigger. So if you don't draw your guns, you will be fine. So I just need to check something. If you trigger your guns here, do they spawn? I'm not sure. I don't think they spawn if you draw your guns here. Yeah. So as long as you don't draw your guns when you are here, it will be fine. You can do all the things without killing those guys there, which is really good, because there is a dog which is annoying, there is a gun guy, there is a shotgun guy, so yeah, it's not too good. So here you have two ways of doing the spots. You can do the safe way, so you just go to the edge here. I don't remember if you can do a standing jump and climb. You probably can, yeah. You can do a standing jump here, climb on the right. You wait, you just stand on the edge. Here you need a running jump, this is important. Up, grab, climb, and etc. So this is pretty much the intended way and the safest way. And jump here, so you can also kill the guys also when you're on the platform. So I hope I can come back to it. Okay, so you can also kill those guys from here. Fortunately, generally they will go away. So if they go away, just go here, draw auto pistols, for example, and wait for them here. Okay, and yeah, you're pretty much done with that. And then you need to go here, or the fastest way of doing this part is this one. So you do it like this. I will explain quickly. Up is doing that. So what you have to know is that it will make the next part pretty harder. I will explain after. But yeah, this is fastest way. Avoid some climbing. So what you do is you need to jump from here, just before the yellow spots, yellow line up. You might get hit a bit by the thing here, but it shouldn't be too much. Generally, like 90% of the time, if you practice it, it will be alright, like this. It's just if you go slightly too much to the left, you will get a bit of damage, which is fine for this level. If you're not comfortable, you can just do this, and just then do a walk run jump like this, and you do it pretty okay. Also, if you don't want to have to face the guys when you are on the other side, just shoot them a bit like this, and then do the same. And then do like this. So because you can see that if you shoot them, they go far away. So if you go far away, you can just land here and do your things. So this is the fastest way. You can do it, I'm not going to show that you can do it without actually killing them. I'm going to show it quickly. So you should do it like this. So you can see you use a bit of damage, then you climb here, etc. But this is really dangerous, and if you miss it, it's pretty much rip. So I don't recommend that at all, just showing it in case. But yeah, generally what I recommend is just that. And yeah, and you have a pickup of, oops, it wasn't double. You have a pickup of flares here, and you're good. So those are the two ways of doing it. So what I personally do is when I emerge, I do running jump, 1, 2, 3, 4 step, and then I keep going. And it's pretty easy. And if you want to stop, you stop. If you want to go dev intended, you do. Just don't draw your guns there, and you're good. Oops, it's the guy with a med. So anyway, when you are here, so you can pick up the flares if you want to do flare cancels and light things. So when you are here, you can just go here, and it's important that you grab here. If you don't grab, that will happen, and it's rip because you can't pick up the med anymore. So be careful, you want to grab. So yeah, oops. So yeah, I recommend not drawing your guns too early here, because if you do, the camera will be a bit weird. So I took a bit of damage here, but don't worry, it's pretty fine. So if you... Later there will be... how is it called? A scuba diver, which is gonna look for you when you pull underwater levers. This guy can deal you quite a lot of damage, so I recommend playing a bit safe at the start of this level to actually skipping having to kill the scuba dive, or else you will wait for like 10 seconds at least. So I will mention it later, but you want to be safe. You prefer taking scuba diver hits than those guy hits at the start, because it's faster. Anyway, you pick up the stone secrets. And here you have to climb here, and yeah, if you have two ways of doing the next jump, so you need to time that jump like this. Don't grab. If you grab because you jump too early or whatever, it's better to not grab, because grabbing, generally, if you are a bit too far, you won't make it even if you grab. Grabbing doesn't matter for this jump. For example, like this, she won't grab the edge. So it's possible, but it's so rare that it doesn't work. So just time your jump and don't grab. That's the only thing I can tell you. And you need to jump at the right time, so you need to jump basically here or a bit before that. So here I'm gonna fail obviously because when I tapped, so it didn't work. But yeah, that's when you want to jump. You can jump a bit earlier if you want even. Also, you can, to make your jump a bit more successful, you can do a dive here, and you will make it more often because diving makes you jump a bit further than a running jump. So here I recommend diving like this, and you will be even safer. So that's the only thing I can say you about that. It's just how you do it. You just need to time and practice it. And if you die, you die. If you don't, it's good. And then you go over there and you climb the ladder. So yeah, I'm gonna have 1 minute of ladder climbing, unfortunately. So at this point you should have roughly full health. And yeah. So if you didn't, if you are not confident about ammo, there is ammo about on top of this ladder. So we're gonna pick them. I consider that it's not a big time loss if you pick them, so it's really good pickup, especially that you need to kill a lot of enemies later. So yeah, just pick up the 2 ammos on top of the ladder and you will be good. And I will obviously say after this ladder because I don't want to redo it again in case of something happens. So yeah, nothing to say too much. So I'm just gonna climb. So you're gonna have, yeah, also you're gonna have to climb that ladder twice because you need to come back there, obviously. So you'll have even more climbing. So yeah, just pick up those ammo here. Up. I think it's a simple here, yeah. And here it's M16 double. And yeah, if you use the EPC or the German executable, you should be able to do that. If you using UK box, don't use that. If you use the default Steam version, I think you don't want to do that. If you do that, you will fall to your death, if I remember right. Because there are different executables related to Tomb Raider that act slightly differently. So for this version I'm using, it's called EPC. And I will drop the link to the description to every video of exes because you can choose the one you want. EPC the better version because, for example, if you randomly roll close to a corner with another version, you have a chance to glitch up, for example, onto that platform, and that's not good. Also, this version is slightly faster for this, so that's why I use that, but it shouldn't make too much a difference, but here it's one of a rare difference. So if you just do a swan dive here, it's 100% consistent that you drop like this. You lose a slight bit of health, but it's not too much. If you're scared of that, you can just go here and drop safely. Draw your auto pistols and kill that guy quickly. So you might lose some health to this guy because it's completely random if he shoots you or not. It depends on his position or what he does and etc. So it's pretty much RNG here, but it shouldn't be too bad. As long as you use your auto pistols to kill him, because if you use auto pistols, you will kill him really fast. You can also use Uzis if you want. Just not regular pistols. Just one thing, there is just a slight risk that something bad happens. So for example, if he's coming to you and really close when you land here, you don't want to stay here because there is a chance that he pushes you, and if he pushes you, it's not good at all. So when you arrive here, you want to move forward to avoid that. And you don't run close to him even when he's dying because he can push you on the sides. So be careful about that. So anyway, you pick up those stuff, and here you can do this jump here. Straight like this. You might lose slight bit of damage, but it should be fine. It's important that when you I was gonna say roll. When you drop down that slope, when you slide down that slope, but just before you fall, you grab a bit. You grab like this to fall directly on the key card. That saves you of doing that, because if you don't grab, you will need to walk forward here. So this is just slight optimization. If you don't want to do that risky jump, you can just go here, front of this little opening here, and do a running jump. I think you don't lose any health from here, up, and you pick up that card. Then you can try this jump. Oops, well, I didn't get it, but I'm just mentioning it because it's faster, but it's really hard, so I'm not gonna enter it too much. I'm just gonna explain the base and show you what's up. So when you turn like this, there is a moment the camera change like this. This is the lineup you want roughly, and this jump is this. Is this one up? So you want to do this. So how do you want to do this? You want to do a walk, run, jump, but if you do just simple walk, run, jump, that will happen. So you need to delay the jump slightly. How do you do it? You just jumped after she started her first step, and she will do it a bit later. So as you can see, she's jumping a bit later, and that makes you able to do the jump. If you jump immediately, she will jump on her left step, and that will work. That will not work. So you want to do it like this. So if you want to YOLO, you can just turn like this up, do like this, but it's a bit harder, and that can happen, for example. So it's a bit of time loss, but it's fine. If you can do this, just do it. If you don't, it's okay. You can just drop here and climb. Actually, if you don't want to climb, you can just jump here like this, like in Great Wall. Actually, just oops, come on. Actually, you don't need to go to the slope. Never mind. So if you drop down, you can just go here. I'm slightly diagonal and keep going. So for example, let's say you missed the jump somehow up. You can just roll here and do a jump here, and you will make it. So this is a good recovery to avoid climbing, because climbing is actually takes really a long time, because you need to have all climbing animation. But anyway, this is optimization, just explaining quickly, and now we can keep going to the ladder. So I'm giving a lot of small optimization in this level, because this level is not hard, so those optimization doesn't kill you if you make them, and if you don't make them, it's just okay, you just survive. So because this level is relatively easy, you can afford doing some few strats here. So yeah, now you climb the ladder again. You're gonna drop the same way as you did previously, and you're gonna use the blue key card you just got. And one good thing is that if you forgot the items here, you can go get them on the way back. So if you go like this, a bit forward like this, you will lose slide damage again. It's okay, it's really minor, as you can see, so it's not mandatory to drop safely here. Anyway, so the next thing, you want to draw your UZs. There is a way of doing it, of doing the next part without stopping and with autos, but it's actually a bit harder and more RNG. So there will be, when you go over on the left or on the right, there will be 2 dogs on the right and 2 dogs on a flamethrower guy on the left. I personally prefer going to the left because I prefer killing the flamethrower guy first to not have a bad surprise. And the dogs generally are easy to see, so yeah, that's why I go to the left. So what I do is I just jump over there, kill the 2 dogs, and you have all the time in the world to kill that guy. He will never torch you if you just shoot dogs on the guy with UZ with standing here. That will never happen, trust me. And if that happens to you, I'm so sorry. So I personally jump under these 2 low ceilings, go here, up, and as you can see, it works every time, and then you can kill those 2. So you have 2 choices after you kill those. You turn on the right, and if the dogs are here, you kill them. If they are not here, that means they might come from the left, it depends. They generally come from the right, but it can be rare cases that it doesn't happen, so be careful about that. You can also try, a risky way, which is pretty awful, but you can do something like that. So you can see that you can lose health being beaten by the dogs and etc. So I don't recommend that. Some people do it for speedrun, but it's pretty RNG, so for knowledge bad, I don't recommend it. Just stay here, just keep shooting and you're good. And then kill those 2 boys and keep going. As you can see, this is pretty fast. So yeah, this is pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So yep, arrive here. Up, you're good. 2 dogs here, and you're good to go. So you want to go over the other side of a room to open that door here. There's gonna be a club guy. So use whatever weapon you want. If you have shotgun, you can do shotgun. If you don't, you can just do whatever you want. It's pretty easy to kill that guy. And here you have two choices. If you have a lot of health, you can avoid doing what I'm gonna show you after. But yeah, if you have enough health, you can just do that. You can just go here. Try to avoid the harpoons here. Pull the lever up. So you can see you lose a bit of health. It's really random how many harpoons you get damaged by. It can be 2, it can be 5, it can be 6. So yeah. Then pull the lever and get out. So as you can see, this deal a bit of damage, but it's pretty fast. So that's why I recommend it. I don't recommend doing it if you are already half health at this point, because then it will be really tight for the rest of the level. But yeah, as you can see, if you look at my health, it's pretty okay if I'm full when you start this movement. If you have trouble with health or whatever, you can just trigger him. So you go here to trigger him here, up. And when you stay in the water, it's important for you to stay in the water to lure him, because if you don't stay in the water, he will wander around. So yeah, so you climb here, and then you kill him, and then you do the thing. So this is a bit slower, but this requires no health. So yeah, whatever you do, pull that lever. Sorry, I had to drink. Go to the right here, pull the next lever, which is going to be on the next after the next corner here. So don't worry about the breathing, it's not too bad. As long as you don't do anything stupid, it will be enough. If you're not confident, you can just go back, take breathing after the first lever, but yeah, you shouldn't need it. So yeah, then you come back here. So we will skip a big part of this level. Not too big, but still a big part. So we won't have to come back here later, just you will see. So then you go to the left and you open the next door, and there is going to be a big fight. So the next big fight is the biggest reason you will lose health. Sorry, you will lose health in this level. So here you kind of want to be careful. So what I personally do is I do the same. I just arrive here, kill the guy on the right first. This is a club guy, so it's not too big of a deal. Just do that, and then you can keep going. So it's pretty consistent. Generally, you doesn't lose too much damage. So she will always target the guy on the right, which is a shotgun guy, which is actually really useful. It's actually really useful. If you stay a bit on the right, like this, oops, she will always target the guy on the right, because it shows up first. And this is really important because this is a shotgun guy, and if you don't target the shotgun guy first, it can get messy. So yeah, if you're not confident about that, you can just trigger them. So the trigger should be here. You just stay on range. But I don't like doing that, because it doesn't change too much, because you still can be shot by the gun guy. If you really want to be safe, what you can just do is this. So you trigger guys, and then you wait them at the corner here. So this guy is gonna come here. So generally the melee guy is gonna come first, kill him, and then this guy is gonna come after. So as you can see, this is pretty efficient. And then there is this guy here, which you can kill the same way. So this is slower, and this is safe, but this is slower. So I recommend doing that only if your health is a bit low. If your health is not too low, you can just go there and keep going. Up, so this guy dropped ammo. I think it's simple, yeah. Up, and this part, you have two ways of doing the next part. You can do the safe way, which is pull the lever here, get the M16, which is really important for the rest of the game. M16 being here. Then come back, wait until the flames are back, and do the puzzle. Well, it's not really a puzzle, but do the timer intended thing. So please fire. Might take a while to, yeah, okay, activate again. Up. I don't remember, I will try, but I don't remember if it's the first or the second one you need to push first. Let's see. So yeah, push those two buttons, jump over this, get the item here, jump over the hole here, oops, if you can, and then go here. So as you can see, you still have plenty of time to make it, even if you stumble or whatever, so it's pretty safe. So I'm not going to explain too much about that now. Or what you can do is just do this. I'm going to do the thing in one motion first and then explain it quickly. So you will lose slight damage again with fire, but it's really minor. Up. So this is how to do it. So how do you do that? You just jump over this one. It's pretty easy. So to jump over this one, you just arrive roughly here. Well, more like here, and you jump on the side. It's important to jump on the side, and so you land here, because if you jump just over it, if you jump over the actual flames, you have a chance to, if you don't land too far, you will lose a bit of damage like this, or even get set on fire. But I recommend jumping on the sides. Sides are always safer for flames. And when you roll here, you pick up the item, press forward to get against the wall. It's really important. Then you jump twist, do a running jump on the side, and you will never hit the flame here. And then you roll and pick the item. And here are two things. So you will do a running jump again on the side, another running jump, another running jump. But here I lost health a bit, and it was really dangerous because it was close from being on fire. So why is that? You need to, so if that happens, you can't keep going. If you get a tunnel jump, so what is a tunnel jump? If you jump forward, when you hit the ceiling, you can see that she's going down immediately. But if you jump on the side, there is a chance that you will see. I will try to get it, but it's not too easy. Yeah, like this. So if you rewatch that part here, you will see that she didn't went back down after hitting the ceiling. She went a bit further, staying up. That's called a tunnel jump. Basically, what you do is you use the ceiling corner to stay in the air for a bit. And here it's not good, because if you do that, if you get a tunnel jump here, there is 100% chance that you will get set on fire here. So if you see that you have a tunnel jump, it's important to stop. So here I didn't get it, but I'll show you. Stop on, either do a walk run jump, or you can just come back in the hole here, do a standing jump and a running jump, and it will be 100% consistent. So be careful about that. So you can just do here this. It's important to go diagonal, because if you just go forward, if you just go forward like this, you will lose damage or get set on fire, so be careful about that as well. That's why I go diagonal. So here I got the tunnel jump, so I need to do a walk run jump here. So if you don't know how to spot the vertical jump, what you can just do is just do your 2 jumps here, then step back once here, and do walk around jump, and you will be able to keep going. So this part is not too risky, just mentioning what can go wrong, but it shouldn't happen too often. So again, there is a shotgun here if you want it. You don't really need it for the rest of the game. I'm just gonna pick it to see if we need it in the rest of the game, but I don't think you need to pick that shotgun because you shouldn't need it. And you come back where you came from with the pool room. So now you have our item that you can use. So we'll push that block and use the item. And next area is the Jade secret area. So we are about to skip almost half of a level. Well, maybe not half, but a big part of a level. So I will soon explain how. But yeah, so here you go, here, up. When you arrive here, you can kill that guy quickly. Kill that flamethrower guy easily, like this, up. So don't worry if you just do running jumps to this point, to this spot, that flamethrower guy won't be able to touch you. It's 100% consistent. As long as you do running jumps, because running jumps is way faster. But yeah, you can also use your autos, no problem. So as you can see, there is plenty of time. You can also step back to be sure. But yeah, this guy won't be an issue, don't worry. I just don't recommend just going here and waiting and then stepping back. The reason I don't recommend that is that this is dangerous from this flamethrower, in my opinion. Just what I just showed you works really nice. Just do running jumps forward. It's not complicated. It's pretty easy. Right here, roll, step back if you want. I recommend using Uzi here because you can miss a bit of shot with autos, so it's less risky with Uzi. But overall, it's not risky. Also, stand on that tile to open that opening here, that door, whatever it is. To push that button to open the Jade Secrets place in the pool here. Here I recommend, after you kill everyone, to pick up this here. Pick up those harpoon, because you're gonna need harpoon in the next levels. Just mentioning quickly that you can, if you don't need harpoons or if you want to save ammo or things like that, you can just go here, push the button, and you don't need to kill that guy actually. So you can just go here, up, and keep going. So this is pretty dangerous, but just mentioning if you want to be a bit faster. So yeah, push that button and go get the Jade secrets. So go in the pool. Oops, forgot to pick up the harpoon. I will go back to it. So get that Jade secret here, up, and now we're ready to go to the next part. Just up, just gonna pick harpoons. How many do you have at this point? 18. 18 should be enough. So yeah, you will trigger 2 scuba diver here. So you don't need to come back to kill them or whatever if you have enough health. So at this point you just need roughly 10% health to do the end of a level. So here you have a jump to do. If you can't do it consistently, so if you can't do it consistently, there is another guy which should come soon here. Actually, I'm not sure. I think you... Actually, never mind. I think you trigger him when you pull the lever, but you don't need to pull the lever. So anyway, what I recommend doing is what I just did. If you can't do the next jump consistently, what I recommend to do is killing the scuba divers, because if you fall in the water doing the jump, they will be on you and you can lose a lot of health. So those 2 guys in front of me here doesn't really matter. I just shoot him because she targeted them, so I kind of have to. But most important is to kill scuba divers when you arrive here. So it's useless to come back from where you come from and then kill the scuba divers. Just come here and kill them. It's pretty easy. So if you can do it first try easily, consistently, just you don't need to kill those scuba divers, or you don't need to kill any enemies here. But I will kill them just to show you first the thing. So climb here. So one thing, if you don't want to lose too much health, when you climb, what I recommend is rolling, and yeah, wait, come on, wait until she target that guy, one guy here, and then step back, and then wait a bit like this, and she will shoot them from range here, and then only step forward and kill the scuba divers, because as you can see, if she targets the guys on foot first, you will get hit by scuba divers a bit. So if you have low health, it's not good, but yeah. So this jump, there is two ways of doing this jump, one manual one and one which is automatical. I'm going to show you both. So how do you do that? Give me a second. Up. So you climb being on the right side. It doesn't matter if you are here or if you are a bit more on the left or a bit more on the right, as long as you are one side step away from the wall. It's important. So after you climb, I'm gonna first show you the manual way. So side step, roll, one step forward, and then you're gonna have to find the right lineup. So how do you find the right lineup? What I personally use is I use this part of Lara's leg here. So what I do is I just turn until it's covered, so you can see there is an angle here. My English is not good enough to say what part of the body it is, but there is an angle here. When this leg is covering the angle, it means it's good. It's almost covering the angle, it's good. So here, for example, it's good. And then what you do is you need to press forward and right at the same time, sorry. So you can do it manually, and it works, but it's manually is not enough sometimes. It's pretty easy, but if you have trouble pressing keys at the same time, just yeah, don't do that. There is a way of pressing forward and right at the same time, 100% sure. So you use the look, so it's called the look buffer. So you use the look button, and if you look forward and left, you can see that she's looking forward and left, but she's not moving. And if you stop pressing look, she will start running with pressing right at the same time. So this is how you do the inputs at the same time. You just look, press the keys you want, so forward and right, and then release look. And you will, with that, you will press forward and right at the same time. So this is pretty useful tool that we use. And this is consistent. This is 100% consistent. So this is the first way. Just mentioning one thing, it's that the lineup is actually really lenient. So for example, that should work. That should work. So as you can see, this is pretty lenient. So I'm gonna try to go back here. Yeah. So as you can see, this is pretty easy. But if you can't do this one because there is a manual lineup and you don't like that, there is another setup that I'm gonna try first because I haven't done that for a long time. Just give me a second, I think it's that. Yeah, okay. So how do you do the second one? Is you climb the same way on the right, one side step away from the wall. Then you do a side step, the same thing. And then you're going to do the look buffer I just showed you, pressing forward plus right until you get the stumble. So until that happens. Until you get the stumble, you press forward and right. And when you stumble, you stop. Then you roll, walk forward once, and then you do the look buffer again, pressing forward and right. And you hold forward and right until you land here. And that is 100% consistent. And it's fast. So I recommend doing that one. because it's probably the easiest and doesn't require a manual lineup, but I show you both just in case. So up, just gonna re-explain everything quickly. So as you can see, this is pretty close, but trust me, if you do everything right, it works 100% of the time. So climb, side step, look buffer, look, press forward and right, release look. When you stumble, you stop pressing the keys, roll, walk forward, look, forward and right, release look, and jump. And you will make it 100% of the time. So this is basically it for skipping this whole part. You need to come back to the helicopter area and then face Flamethrower guys, which is not something you want. So this also avoids you a bunch of RNG. And yeah, that skips also a big part of the level, so it's faster. So that's pretty cool. And up, if you want, you can pick up those harpoon if you don't have enough. And then you can go to the end of the level. So go here. And you're pretty much done. You just need to kill 2 guys and pick up the gold secrets. So really try to think about that gold secret, because it's really easy to forget. Because the end trigger, I will show you why. Because the end trigger is really close from where you want to go to get the secret. So up, go here, climb here, and here you trigger 2 guys. So the end trigger I will show you is here. It's this tile here. It only activates when you finish killing the 2 guys. So be careful, because for example, if you just go here, kill those 2 guys first, so you kill them like that because it's really consistent and you never lose any health doing that. But if you drop like this and you hit the trigger, it's RIP, because you forgot the gold secret, sorry. So be really careful when you drop. Stay on the tile on the very right. So stay here and drop here. Here is not the end trigger. The end trigger is the next one. So be careful about that. If you want to be sure, you can just drop down the stairs manually, but it's a bit slower obviously. So you can just drop down the stair, or you can do a jump. Roll here, you will lose a bit of damage if you do a jump, and then go to the gold secret. What I personally recommend is just go here, kill one guy. Don't worry about to kill the second one, you just drop like this and keep going and get the gold secrets, which is really close to the end. So this is really easy to forget or to miss or to trigger the end easily. So yeah, so be careful about that. And you're pretty much done. What you just need to do is you just need to trigger monk, well, to trigger the end, which is on the monk tile. And this is basically it for a diving area. So that's it. Thanks a lot for watching. If you have questions, ask in the description, in the commentary section. And as usual, I will put the 2 way of doing this level. That's it. And next level is going to be 40 fathoms. It's going to be a tough one. And see you next time.
Uh-huh.
Blood or answers? I have no preference. You should spill a bit of both.
Okay, Marco. Glad to have your heart. What do you want? Come on, stick to your stomach. Tell me where the monastery should we look? Eh, brother?
Uh-huh.
Blood or answers? I have no preference. You should spill a bit of both.
Okay, Marco. Glad to have your heart. What do you want? Come on, stick to your stomach. Tell me, where in monastery should we look? Brother?
Aha.